Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to say hello to you, and I want to say, are you okay? Okay, that's a joke. So thank you very much, MC, and thank to the organizer. And I'm very glad to come to Vietnam, such a beautiful country. And first, please allow me to introduce myself to you. I am Robin from DataEye. And we are a data analysis service company that focuses on mobile games. Today, I want to share with you the development environment of the China and Vietnam market from the perspective of the data. So my spoken English is not very good, and I have to make a paper to help me to make a speech. Okay, let's go. My topic is looking at data, an overview of the mobile games market in China and Vietnam. China and Vietnam has many in common from different aspects such as culture and history. The development causes of the two markets are highly similar today. I will brief you on this from three aspects. First, a brief introduction of the culture development landscape in the world and across Asia. An overall sight of the global environment for mobile games development stage they are on. Second, focus on the development of China and Vietnam and market. China's domestic market in particular. And I will compare the two market development consoles, mobile phone games as a provider, some suggestions to development of Vietnam market, mobile games. At last, I will introduce my company and our products. Okay. According to the Queens of Internet Makers Internet Trade Report in 2015, and in the past 20 years, we can see that with economic development, Internet and mobile application has greatly changed the world. Global Internet user increased from less than 0.6% to in 1955 to the 39 against the total population. And while mobile phone user increased from 1% to 73% in today's society, our life is close relative to mobile internet, which has great change by the way we work, study, and live our lives. And at the same time, our forms of entertainment has also been significantly changed. Now let's look at the graph. Okay, according to the latest from the Ecomarketer, smart user will reach 19.1, the right graph here, and in 2015, and will reach 20 billion in 2016. At the same time, the table user worldwide and will reach 1 billion in 2015 and were impressed 1.2 billion in 2016. Okay, by the rapid growth of smart mobile terminals need a solid function for the population rise of the mobile international also provides a more extensive career for the development of mobile games and the flourish of the market. Now let's look at the global mobile games industry growth trend from 2013 to 2018. And that slowing down that in the 2013, the global gaming market size is 75.5 billion. And the mobile games market size is 70.6 billion, which we can see in the 2018. The total game market is 114.9 billion, and the game market the size is 44.2 billion. So on the revenue side, we can see that the Asia Pacific regions are still the world's biggest modern market in the 2040. The region's 760 million people has contributed the 13.6 billion yuan donors, a 55% share of the total market revenue income, and it will continues with the 21.3% compound rate until 2017. Okay, Okay, let's take a look at the hit ranking of the Asia, the Japan, the China, and the South Korea. Okay, the Japan has ranked the first in the Asia with income of 6 billion yuan donor, and following him is China and South Korea. The China has ranked the second with income of 3.1 billion, with an annual growth rate 86%. Indicates that the Chinese market is still in a high-speed development period. From the revenue of the Southeast Asia in 2014, we can see the market is still in the early stage of development, but due to influence of the world and economic and the neighboring countries, and thanks to rapid growth of the domestic economic and the popularity of the mobile game intelligence countries, Venus has indicated large room for develop and mark potentials. Okay, we are just learned the overall market environment from the mobile games, and now let's focus on the development parts and comparisons the China and Vietnam market. Okay, comparing Vietnam and the Chinese basic situation, the current no international and smartphone patronage in Vietnam is the main obstacle for its development. But actively international users are young in Vietnam, and the social media coverage for the group is relative. Both the two factors highly benefit for the growth of the mobile games industry and from the perspective of the overall economic environment. In the next few years, Vietnam's high economic growth rate will also add fuel to his patronage mobile phone and patronage rate and infraction. So now let's take a look at the user of the mobile games market. We can see from the data. On one hand, in China market, the best is an increasing rate. Again, players reached 350 million in 2014. Along with the end of the demographic introduce of the market, the growth of the origin games is slowing down in 2014. We expect that the scale of the players will reach 510 million. Okay. On the other hand, the scale of the mobile games revenues in 2014 has reached nearly 4.4 billion yuan. And with a conservation estimate of 5.1 billion in 2050 in the next 3 years, the mobile games market size is expected to reach 12.9 million. While in the Vietnam market, we can say on the right graphic, which come from the Soha Games standard strategy. And according to the data of it, mobile games market size was 35 million yuan, accounting for 12.2% of the overall games market. It is predicted that the mobile games market size will reach 45 million in 2050, accounting for 15% of the overall market, compared to China, where mobile phones games players now take up 13% of total population. And Vietnam has a bigger room for growth, where mobile games players account for only 8% of total population. And from the application market, we can say in 2040, the number of the mobile games in China and Vietnam market are 10,036 and 77. So, respective, based on market share, the Vietnam's mobile games market is still in the primary stage and holds huge potential. The next 5 years will usher in a rapid development. Now, let's look at the China's mobile games indicator. There are two indicators: the average of next day return and the RPU and LPPU. So the Chinese average of next day returns, just like the iOS, reached 28.6%, and the Android is 27.9%. And the ARPU in China is $3.1, and the ARPPU is $23.5. As in my mind, the Vietnam's ARPU is $24 to $25. We can see from China mobile games market that will cost heavy. High quality mobile games will be much higher than those of mid mobile games, but their user pace rate and games life cycle are incomparable for light mobile games from the current development path of mobile games. Its growth path considers games which is to open the market with card games and strategy to the role-playing games, sport games with improvement of equipment performance, and finally move to third real-time strategy games. In those games, there will be more interactive elements so as to improve the viscosity between players, increase online hours, and improve pay rate. In Vietnam market, the number of published games is not high due to the to-be cultural market. Therefore, there are not many choice for the user. But the payment rate relatively high. You can see from the right graphic and the left graphic. So in Vietnam market, smartphone players distribution is similar to China, and the Winphone system in Vietnam has a standing in the market. As we know, the refinement of the division of the neighbor is what we can measure whether a market is mature or not at present. The segmentation of Chinese games industry spread in more than 50 nights in its industry chains patronies. On the principle of CP, fraction, and channels, user. Subdivision include marketing data, mailing, payment, video, and so on. They are enough practice appear in each line of Chinese industry chains as the segmentation of the industry has reached a certain level. The Vietnamese market has relatively less practitioners and the industry as a whole in waiting for an outbreak and choose segment in its industry chain. So let's take a look at the Chinese PST analysis. First, under present, Chinese macroeconomic environment has played a positive role to the development of mobile games industry in terms of policy. State organs at all levels have introduced a loose policy to regulate the activity, the markets in terms of economics. China's economics is on top of the World East, serving as fertile soil for the development of the industry soil environment. The new consuming philosophy of a group of young users has been driving for the market in terms of society and technology. The domestic intelligence terminals development has stepped up to a new stage. So even though the Chinese mobile games is prosper, a couple problems still exist. For example, the unbalance in the industry chain. Copyright result from a lack of input. Low success rate for product redoing, forcing ranking report in order to gain more attention from users and investors and so on. Alright, let's have a look at the trend of the development of China's mobile games industry. And it is the first place. We believe that all the channels has entered in a zero-sum game. From July 2040 to the end of the year, you can see from the graph. And the other channels has increased 9 million people. So, which means almost zero increased rate. Moreover, the number of channels users has nearly reached the market saturation, which is considered with the shrink. And the demographic individuals in the whole market as well as the dropping, increasing rate of the new account user in the mobile original games markets as well as SQL, searching, and downloading has become less and less competitive in the year of 2015. And however, they were quite competitive in the early 2013 and 2014. While some content cross virtual brands would become more and more competitive, there are also some other changes in the mobile games matter. For instance, smartphone terminals represented by Xiaomi and Huawei, so will give exceptional advantage and opportunities in the future. And some new engines and network platforms will massive data from 6s and 8s bling. And some other social network, including mobile, will spring up all where. So let's look at the right graph, the IP. This is definitely an interesting topic. So it's become more and more popular in China. Does having IP have anything to do with the high quality of the game? Let's look at some data. So from the graph in the right, the truth is the retention rate without IP is higher than that with IP. So it indicates that the IP is just the foundation of users in flow. But if you want to maximize the repetition rate of your games, and the most important thing is the attractiveness and quality of your games. So next, let's make the prediction of development trend in the mobile games market in China. The first one, the user scale is expanding and the potential is bigger than that in cloud games. Against the end of our demographic individuals is a large number of existing users. The players of mobile games has account for a half mobile phones user, which brings a lot of opportunities to participate in the industry. And the second, the shuffle of the industry is inevitable. The third, the competition is becoming standardized. And last, it becomes a top priority to fulfill customers' demands and invest in the future. Last and not least, let's talk about opportunities and challenges of the Vietnam game market. So, as we said before, in terms of opportunities, the original market, the upcoming demographic individuals, the growth of the infrastructure, and so forth would bring a large room for Vietnam as for challenge. Things like cyber security, communications cost, and localization are waiting to be solved. Okay, so the last, let me give a brief introduction of my company and our products. As we mentioned earlier, And the data is focusing on data analysis for mobile games, provide service and products for the home industry chain and covering all the categories of all the goods. And from the perspective of the industry chains, we are covering at CP, the publisher and the journals, even payment and SDK. So as for the kind of games, we are including original games, H5 games, and as well as TV games. So all our products are developed for the games. We would provide customers highly efficient, timing, and free service of the data analysis. And narrow down the response time minimal, the cost, and provide a professional 7 days, 20 hours consumpting service. Okay, here are our QR code. If you are interested, you can scan it, and we'll provide more information and updated report for you. Thank you very much.